Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving weekend. We are getting ready to go over to my aunt and uncle's house for a late Thanksgiving dinner. I am going to go ahead and release this, so I'm going to show you how to winterize this pretty much. These are the new cold front winter actions, and they are just really simple, but real quick I'm going to show you how to use them. So before I do anything, you could do this the hard way and just mask off your subjects completely. I'm going to click my select tool, select subject. I'm going to do this really fast. And you just kind of want to get around your subjects without, see, it went into my head. This is me and my girls. We were outside of Huber's Winery, and they had a couple of really cute little Christmas trees, a couple rows of them, and so we posed real quick and snapped a couple of pictures, and my husband, he was like, "Oh, get in there," and I wasn't expecting to do it, and I looked terrible, so excuse that. So we're just cutting out around our subjects. And now if you do want to do this the hard way and you just want to mask off your subjects versus cutting them out like this, you are more than welcome to. It is a preference, to each their own. Okay, so I think I've pretty much got it cut out. I'm going to go ahead and select and mask. I've got my smart radius at 1 pixel. My smoothness turned up to 20. I might feather it a little bit. And then I'm going to output to selection. And then I'm going to click this half and half circle and click curves. And it's just, what it's done is it has saved, our selection here. And I'm going to hit Control I on that. And that is our selection right there. So I'm going to come back down here to our background. And there's a couple things you can do. You want to make sure that you've already done all the editing you want to do, maybe to your subjects, correcting the tones and whatnot. This is more of like a finishing / winterizing set. So now, once you have your subjects edited and you've got it perfectly exposed the way you want it to be, now you can come into the cold front winter actions. And if you would rather not, like if you have a beautiful Christmas tree farm and you want to keep all of the greens and whatnot, but you don't want the yellow greens, you can click Fix My Greens, and then all you'd have to do is you would just pull this right here. And you can also desaturate your greens completely, but I've kept it hidden if you don't want it to change you. So what that's done is it has really cooled down the greens, giving it more of a wintry vibe. And if you like yours like this, you can keep it this way. But if you're one who would like a little more dramatic snow shoot, you can do that too. Now, there are other tones in here if you come down below, and you can add blue tones and green tones, purple, magenta tones, the blues, to give it more of a winter feel. But you don't have to use any of those if you like it the way it is. I am going to shut the tone down greens off, and I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these so I can show you the more dramatic. So that is just if you want to keep the greens in your images. If you're by a really pretty tree farm or you know, if that's just your preference. So now I'm going to click Snow Baby Snow, and this is more beneficial to have your subjects cut out. Okay, because see, this is why. It'll really, you know, brighten and wash out your subjects. So holding Alt, I'm going to drag my image, or my layer mask, sorry, down onto this white one. And you'll probably get a prompt and it'll say, you know, oh, I forgot to, that's okay, this is just video tutorial purposes, but I forgot to, when I was in select and mask, I forgot to go over my hair. But you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So now it has turned our trees, it looks like snow in there. I'm going to hit snow spots, and my brush is turned down to 30, and I just basically want to hit highlights, like the ends of the trees here, because I just want it to be where the snow would be. And then if you want, you can hit Control J on this again if you want it a little bit more intense. And if it's too much, you can turn it down. You can even take a soft black brush and paint off the edges here to kind of give it a natural vignette. But let's be real, I mean, this isn't really natural. We're creating a snow scene. So now, okay, so we've got our Snow Baby Snow, we've got our snow spots on our trees, we have winterized this image. The only thing really missing is snow. And don't do what I did. Make sure when you go into the selected mask, you basically paint over the hair. I'll show you with what brush. You want to go in around the hair. Oh, come on. With this brush right here, and make sure you have the plus, and you'll just go around the edges and the hair. But it's too late. I can't do that. Okay, so now we've got the snow and whatnot, or sorry, no snow, but we've got our snow on our trees. We can go in with Vignette, and we can paint it off of our subjects with a soft black brush. Make sure it's not on the kids or myself, and if you don't want it coming out so far, and just creating more of a spotlight. And you can turn down the vignette if it's too strong. I am going to blur the background, so what I want to do is I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to go all the way down to Snow Baby Snow, and I'm going to merge the layers. No, I'm not. I lied. I want to keep this. I might have to look into this. Well, anyway, so we're going to click background, and we're going to click blur my background. And as you can tell right now, it has us blurred. So we are going to, again, bring down our mask, Alt and drag, and it's just kind of blurred our background. You can turn down the opacity if it's too much. And you can also paint off what's ever in the forefront by the soft black brush. And you can take it, you know, off by where we are or where your subjects are, so that the pines are a little more in focus. And then the only thing really left to do with all of this is to finish it up by placing a snow overlay. So I've put that in here for you. You can use any snow overlay that you've purchased with a black background. So place snow overlays, and then it'll prompt you to find it. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some of mine from the snow blowout, and I'm going to place it, enter, and then with a soft black brush you can paint off of your subject. I just like to take it off faces, and I keep it pretty much everywhere else. And then you can do it again if you want to make it a little more snowy. I'm going to go with a different snow. Moving snow. We're going to really blizzard it up. And so this action is really nice because then you can make it really look like a almost believable wintry image for your subjects or for yourself. If it's just something you want to do and play with, you can do it with a landscape photo, anything pretty much that you want to do. Another thing that I want to do, well, I may or may not. You can go back up into these tones and you can add different tones into the shadows, or the blues is really nice because it is a wintry image and you can always tone that down. And if you don't want it on your subjects, but I think it feels like it pulls the image together, you can just pull down your layer mask. I'm going to keep it on mine for now. But yeah, that's it. That's the actions for winterizing your tones, and they are fairly inexpensive. I try to keep the tools inexpensive to help other families. I started out taking pictures of my kids because I couldn't, afford to take pictures, but I loved them. And so I like to provide these tools at an affordable price for everybody else. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend.